Hi, this is a video explaining the differences between the different types of keyboards that are out there. We often use the word keyboard to describe anything that isn't a real piano. In other words, any type of piano type instrument that doesn't have to be plugged in. We use the word piano for that. However, there's differences in the types of things we call keyboards. What you're seeing now is called a digital piano. You may call it a keyboard too, but it's usually called a digital piano. Notice the construction of this. This is not something that you could put under your arm and move around very easily. Notice also that there's a bench here. You notice the pedals. It's very much like a real piano. Now this is an 88 key digital piano. It has the same number of keys as any piano out there. You also notice at the bottom that there's these little wheels. This allows the thing to be moved around a lot from one room to another room to another room. This is great for a home instrument. However, this is not a very good instrument if you like to move around a lot or if you constantly want to practice on the road. Maybe you're in traveling sales or something like this. This would not be a good instrument for you if you're traveling all the time. In that case, you would want to use what is called a keyboard. I'm going to show you a portable keyboard in just a second. Okay, so remember that this is a digital piano. This is called the Yamaha Clavinova. Yamaha's a big maker of these. Casio also makes digital pianos. Roland does as well. There's a lot of other smaller brands. These are very common. You can see these at any local music stores. You can find these online. And if you're willing to look for something that's used, you can definitely find some good deals. I'd say most digital pianos probably start around $400 or $500, and they probably go up into the thousands, the early thousands. You're not going to see a digital piano that's $15,000. With that kind of money, people would just buy a regular piano. Okay, let me just pause here for a second and actually go to this instrument and show you some of its features. Okay, let me just show you a few features of this digital piano. You have many different types of sounds. Here's the basic piano sound. Fairly nice, fairly realistic. You'll also find on many of these instruments that they have what's called weighted keys. What that means is when you push a key down, there's some degree of resistance pushing back at you, so it's not so easy to push down the keys, which is good because these instruments are designed to simulate the actual piano. You also have a whole bunch of different sounds. Here's a harpsichord, a choir sound. How many sounds do these have? This all depends on the make and model. With digital technology getting better and better, it's easier to put several hundred sounds on one of these. You also have options like different rhythms that you can have going on, swing rhythms, big band rhythms. Over here you have the capability of recording a song and playing back. They usually come with demo songs. I know you can't see this, but below this there's a little plug-in for a headset. So you can plug in a headset, listen to yourself play without disturbing anyone else in the family. Okay? So be thinking about one instrument to buy if you don't have an instrument. If you really just don't have the room for a piano, but you've got anywhere between $500 to $2,000 to invest, I would definitely go for a digital piano. And again, you can buy these new or used. In other videos, I'm going to show you how to look for some of these instruments, how to get a good deal on them. Okay, now let's look at the actual instrument that I call a keyboard. Now we're looking at what is called the portable keyboard or keyboard. Notice, I'm going to turn it off here. Notice how easy it is to move this thing. See how I pick this thing up? I can hold this practically with one hand. Okay? It comes with this. They almost always come with these. This is called your music rack. You just put it up here. You can put a piece of music up here and play for music. Also, let me also show you that this is right here the stand it sits on. So you can sit it on a stand. These are optional. You don't have to buy a stand. You can sit it on a table at home. Two big advantages of these things are, of course, portability. You can just take this around wherever you go. It's great to practice on if you're traveling around a lot. The other massive advantage is cost. You can get something like this for about $100. or less. If you get something used, you may find somebody even in your family who would just give this to you. Okay. Here's where you have the disadvantages. Let me plug this back in. And of course, as with the digital piano, you can use headphones with it. You can usually record with it. They have some of those same features. But here's the big disadvantage. Listen to this sound. I don't know how much you can tell of that. I mean, all of you who are watching these videos over different computers, different sound systems, that's not that great of a piano sound. It also has string sounds and choir sounds and organ sounds, but they just really aren't all that good. That's the first big disadvantage. The second big disadvantage is just the quality of the keys. You, of course, can't tell this just watching the video, but if you were to go to a portable keyboard such as this one and just play something over and over again, just play a note over and over again, very, very flimsy, very, very soft feeling, easy to press down. Now that's okay if you're a little kid and you're just starting piano. That's okay if, maybe you're just in the beginner stages, but the whole goal of having a keyboard is to simulate a real piano, and the action on these things simply doesn't do a very good job of doing that. But if you're interested in saving money and you want something to travel around with, these things are fine.